Finishing Matric in South Africa is, well, it's more than just an academic milestone. You could say it's the biggest pivot point in your young life.
It really is.
You spend 12 years working toward this one certificate, and then the moment it's finally in your hand, you realize the pressure isn't off, it's just shifted.
And that huge question just drops on you, what comes next?
Exactly.
And what often happens, is the focus becomes purely on the results. It's all about, did I get a bachelor's pass? Did I get a diploma pass?
Right.
But underneath all of that is the fundamental system that governs every single qualification in the country. We're talking about the National Qualifications Framework, or NQF.
And that NQF system is the key. That's what decodes all your options. So today we're doing a deep dive into the Matric certificate, which sits right at NQF Level 4.
That's the one.
Our mission is really direct. We want to distill the essential facts from all the material we've gathered to give you a clear, confident roadmap after Matric. And this is regardless of the exact pass you got. We're going to clarify your options and pinpoint those high-demand fields for the future.
I think the easiest way to see it is to think of the NQF as a 10-level ladder. It runs from level 1 all the way up to 10.
Okay.
And its whole purpose is to standardize education and training. Level 4 is your foundation, it's the completion of high school, and it serves as the absolute baseline for all your future growth.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with that fundamental building block.
Right.
We need to be crystal clear on the relationship between Matric and NQF Level 4. People use them interchangeably, but there's a small detail there that's really important.
There is, but the relationship is actually very simple. NQF Level 4 is the completed Matric.
So they are one and the same.
Officially, yes. It represents the National Senior Certificate, the NSC.
Oh, yeah.
If you've successfully finished grade 12, you are NQF Level 4 qualified, period.
And here is the crucial insight we found for you, the learner. That NQF Level 4 label, it applies to all the pass categories.
All of them.
Whether you got the bachelor's pass, the diploma pass, the higher certificate pass, or even the NSC without any endorsement, the actual qualification level is the same. It's NQF Level 4.
That is such an important distinction to make. The NQF Level 4, tells the world you've done 12 years of school, but your specific pass category within that level, well, that's what determines which door to higher education you can walk through immediately.
And we can't forget the vocational route. A lot of students do the National Certificate Vocational, the NCV. That NCV Level 4 is also considered equivalent. It's just much more focused on applied skills for a specific industry, not the general academic stuff.
So to sum it up, Level 4 is the foundation. It qualifies you for higher education, higher certificates, diplomas, degrees. But, and this is the big but, your specific Matric pass is the ticket that says which of those you can start right away.
Okay, so here's where it gets really practical. What can you do right now with that NQF Level 4 qualification?
Yeah.
Especially if you need to start earning, or save up before you commit to studying full-time.
Well, that Level 4 certificate is an immediate entry ticket to the workforce. A lot of businesses are actively looking for matriculants for roles that just need those foundational soft skills.
Skills you get from school.
Exactly. Things like, clear communication, basic computer literacy, organization, problem solving. And these aren't just dead-end jobs, they're operational roles where you can get real valuable professional experience.
The material we looked at gave us a really clear list of what's out there. We're talking about roles like an administrative assistant where you're managing schedules and emails, or a customer service consultant, which is fantastic for learning how to handle tricky situations, or even a sales assistant in retail.
That's it. You can also look at things like a call center agent, a receptionist, or maybe a junior data capture clerk. They might sound simple, but think about the skills you're picking up. How to write a professional email, how to navigate a company structure, how to manage your time. That stuff is often more valuable than a first-year university course.
And that specialized vocational certificate, the NCV, that also comes in handy here.
Yeah.
If you did that, you might get to bypass some of the general work and go for roles like basic IT support.
Or an early childhood assistant, or maybe a basic finance clerk, depending on your focus.
So that's the short term.
That's the short-term view. Level 4 gets you in the door. But here's the really essential strategic part. The research shows again and again that employers overwhelmingly prefer candidates who show they're continuing their education.
Why is that?
Because it signals ambition. It shows you're adaptable and you're thinking long term.
So that continued study, even if it's just a one-year certificate, it does more than just look good on your CV.
Oh, absolutely. It directly impacts your earning potential. It's the fuel that pushes you onto stronger career paths, especially in fields like business or supply chain, where qualifications are directly tied to promotions.
So level 4 is the entry pass. But to really get moving, you need level 5, 6, or 7.
That's the key.
Okay, let's pivot to that long-term strategy then. The material lays out 4 main pathways after level 4. We've talked about going straight to work, but let's look at the study options. The first, and maybe the most strategic for many, is the higher certificate.
Absolutely. The higher certificate, which takes you to NQF Level 5, is often overlooked, but it is the ultimate game changer if you didn't get that bachelor's pass.
Tell us more about level 5. Why would that be a better option than, say, trying to go straight into a diploma?
Because it's the ideal bridge. It only takes 1 year to complete, and it is intensely practical. It's designed to give you strong, work-ready, career-specific skills.
Just 1 year.
If you got a diploma pass in Matric, sure, you can get into certain diplomas, but if you want to ultimately get a degree, a level 7 qualification that your Matric pass doesn't allow, the higher certificate is your fastest route there.
That addresses a huge pain point. I know so many students who get a diploma pass and feel completely locked out of their dream degree, like a BCom.
They feel locked out initially, but the higher certificate unlocks the door. That 1 year level 5 qualification builds confidence, it gives you a recognized qualification quickly, and most importantly, it gives you the academic standing to move on. And they're available in all the high demand fields: accounting, marketing, business management, HR.
Okay, so let's move to pathway 2. Diplomas at NQF Level 6 and bachelor's degrees at NQF Level 7. We know you need that bachelor's pass for direct entry to a degree, but what happens if you start at level 5? How does that progression actually work?
This brings us to probably the most vital technical concept here: articulation pathways.
Articulation pathways.
Okay. Think of the NQF ladder not just as steps, but as interconnected platforms. When you complete an NQF Level 5 higher certificate, you gain a set of recognized credits, and education providers are required to acknowledge them.
So you use those credits from level 5 to basically jump to the next platform.
Precisely. You use that level 5 qualification to formally articulate or bridge into an NQF Level 6 diploma, or sometimes even straight into the second year of a related level 7 degree. It proves you have the academic maturity and the knowledge you need, and it bypasses the original limits of your Matric pass.
That makes the higher certificate sound less like a second chance and more like a strategic fast track.
It is absolutely strategic. Now, looking at the last 2 pathways, these are more about rapid integration. Pathway 3 is about short, skills-based courses.
Things like project management or digital marketing.
Exactly. Those quick wins that immediately boost your CV, they aren't full NQF qualifications, but they're what the market wants right now.
Let's see.
And Pathway 4 is the hybrid approach, which is becoming incredibly popular using distance learning.
Right, so you can work and study at the same time.
You gain that entry-level work experience, building your CV and your education at the same time, and you avoid the huge cost and time of full-time campus study.
That blend is exactly what employers in these high-demand fields are after. So speaking of high demand, let's get back to strategy. If you're going to invest your time and money, where should you focus? What fields offer the best return in the current South African economy?
Okay, so we've distilled 5 top pathways based on long-term demand, stability, and consistent growth that we saw in the material. These are sectors that are always hiring.
Let's run through them. What's number 1?
Business and management. This is a perennial.
Always.
Management qualifications open doors in every single area of a company. Admin, operations, sales, HR, finance. If you have an NQF Level 5 or 6 in business management, you're a versatile asset for any company in any sector. It's probably the safest bet for career longevity.
I get the stability part, but is there a risk of that field being, saturated? Is everyone doing a business degree?
That's a fair challenge. But the material highlights that the demand isn't just for senior managers. It's for the mid-level administrators and operations analysts who actually make the business run. And that feeds directly into the second high-demand field: supply chain and logistics.
That makes perfect sense.
South Africa's growing e-commerce and retail sectors have just driven incredible demand for people in procurement, in operations, and general logistics. Moving goods efficiently is critical, so qualifications here offer amazing stability.
Okay, moving on to number 3.
Accounting and finance. This is just foundational. Every single business, from a tiny SME to a massive corporation, needs people who can manage money.
Can't argue with that.
Starting with a higher certificate in accounting can lead you straight into roles in payroll, bookkeeping, financial admin. It is recession-proof. The books always have to balance.
And with the digital boom we've all seen, I'm guessing anything online is a good bet.
Absolutely, and that's number 4. Marketing and digital skills. The sources show a huge ongoing demand for people who understand the digital world. We're talking marketing coordinators, social media assistants, content creators. A level 5 in marketing management is a direct path to learning those specific deployable skills.
Okay, so what's the 5th and final area of dependable demand?
Healthcare and human resources support. These are just reliable, steady options. Even when the economy is down, companies still need HR people to manage staff and recruitment. And the entire healthcare sector, from admin and clinics to financial officers, always needs people. They're just very steady career fields.
That's an invaluable list. It really connects the economic demand with those practical entry points we talked about. And ultimately, you should try to choose a field that combines that demand with your own strengths. Don't just do finance because it's stable if you'd rather work with people.
That is the perfect takeaway. Knowledge is only powerful when you apply it strategically.
So to quickly review the NQF levels we talked about today, Level 4 is your Matric, your National Senior Certificate.
Level 5 is that higher certificate, the one-year qualification that gives you career-specific skills and acts as that formal bridge, that articulation point.
And NQF Level 6 is the Diploma or Advanced Certificate, which is a more advanced 2 to 3 year qualification.
It's all part of a very clear, structured system.
So what does this all mean for you as you're holding your NQF Level 4 certificate? It means the NSC is not an endpoint. It is just the starting block. It's the entry point that gives you access to Level 5 and the acceleration you can get there.
And the research really emphasizes that higher certificate at NQF Level 5 as the ideal next step if you didn't get that bachelor's pass. It's your formal, recognized gateway.
Which brings us to a final, really important question for you to think about as you plan your next move. If NQF Level 4 gets you into the game, how might strategically choosing that one-year Level 5 qualification in a high-demand field like supply chain or business management accelerate your career more effectively and maybe more affordably than just jumping straight into a general entry-level job? That short-term strategic investment in the Level 5 bridge might just be the single best decision you make this year.